Tropical Storm Erica has increased in strength. Good morning, I'm Mike Nasa with the latest on Erica and the rest of the tropics. It's very active in the Pacific. Only one system in the Atlantic, and as you can see it there, that is Tropical Storm Erica. Of course, we had Hurricane Danny, which was a major hurricane, but it dissipated. In fact, what's left of Danny might well be wrapped up in this upper level low over Cuba. But Erica is a different story. Erica is trying to get better organized, and it is forecast to strengthen into a hurricane and move very close to the U.S. shore. We will talk about Erica and the rest of the storms out there. Here's the latest on Tropical Storm Erica as of 5 a.m. Eastern Time. It was at 16.8 north, 61.5 west. Winds were 50 miles an hour, gusting to 65, and that may be generous. The recon was out there this early this morning and has found winds possibly even stronger than that. Moving west at 16, 1,003 millibars. It is expected to take a west-northwest trek straight up northwest through the Bahamas, and by Monday and Tuesday be a strengthening hurricane somewhere in the vicinity of the northern Bahamas, the southeastern U.S. But again, there's a lot of uncertainty here. It could, of course, be on the right edge of this, more towards where it might be between Bermuda and Cape Hatteras, and it could take the left edge over Puerto Rico, scrape the Dominican, and head more towards the Florida Straits. So there is a lot of uncertainty, especially once we go beyond, say, Saturday. So we're really kind of puzzled by this storm, and we're going to have to keep watching it. Here's the latest watches and warnings. Obviously, we have tropical storm warnings for Anguilla, Sabas, St. Eustatius, St. Martin, St. Barthélemy, Montserrat, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Puerto Rico, Vieques, Culebra, the U.S. Virgin Islands and the British Virgin Islands, and Guadeloupe and the north coast now of the Dominican Republic have a tropical storm watch, and the southeastern Bahamas as well as the Turks and Caicos are also now under tropical storm watches, because remember, that is expected to be the general direction of Erica over the next couple of days. And this is why. This is the GFS ensemble member models, and you can see they're pretty tightly clustered as it moves into the Turks, Caicos, and the Bahamas, and then they diverge. We got some models hooking it straight right all the way out towards the Azores. We got others taking it, look here, right along the Mississippi, Louisiana coast. I mean, that is a... you don't get any more different than New Orleans and the Azores. And so it is very tricky to try and forecast long range what this system will do. And also, it's not that well organized. It is intensifying, but it's still not that well organized. The general consensus would be this white line here of the GFS through most of the Bahamas, very close to Florida, and this actually shows it impacting the South Carolina coastline. You can see the GFS does that. The BAMs take it into a landfall in Florida. The GFS is South Carolina. The NGFDL has it Cape Hatteras. And then, of course, we have the H-WRF aiming right at Charleston, and the GFDL taking it out to sea. And most of them, with the exception of the GFDL, take it straight up through the Bahamas. And so a lot of them intensify it too. So we're going to have to deal with this for a while. Here's the water vapor imagery. You can see how Erica really didn't look good, and then it's blown up this morning. And that's as it came into view. It looked weak, blew up a little, looked weak, blew up a little, looked really good this morning, and then dissipated out, and then just blew up here at the end. And you can see, look at these little streaks here of this cloud. This is high cloud bursting away from the system. So if the center is in this area here, you could see it's displaced. In other words, if the center of Erica was in the middle of all that convection, it'd be very, very concerning. Think of it as the center of Erica is right here, but if the center was in here, you would have a very well-defined pattern. So it still is undergoing its own issues. We're going to have to deal with it for a while. There's a better look at the water vapor imagery. You can see it blowing up there right at the end. The center is somewhere in this area here, but there is some high cloud bursting away from the center. And usually that's a sign that we will see slow development followed by deepening. So this is expected to become a hurricane but not any time right away. And you can see this is why. It's still got 20 knots of wind shear blowing right through it, 40 knots in some areas. Once it breaks through this, if it breaks through this, it should have a much better environment for strengthening. You can see that even better here. Very low shear quality over the Bahamas right now. So once Erica gets in there, all bets are off. The question is it so weak that it starts to organize but doesn't have time to strengthen and take advantage of all of that? Or is it a hurricane and has time to rapidly intensify as it moves over the Bahamas? That's always a fear. It's August, waters are hot, shear will be low. If it has an inner core and it's an 80-mile-an-hour hurricane, or 85 as the forecast shows now, or even much stronger, we might have to deal with a strengthening hurricane. So if you are along the southeast coast, anywhere from Key Biscayne all the way up to Cape Hatteras, keep an eye on this hurricane, and especially in the Turks, Caicos, and the Bahamas, you're already under a tropical storm advisory watch, as we will continue to see Erica progress over the coming days and hours. We do have another hurricane out there. This is Hurricane Ignacio as of 5 a.m. It was at 15.6 north, or I'm sorry, 12.6 north, 138.5 west. Winds were up to 85 miles an hour, and it could be a lot stronger than that. It could actually be a solid Category 2. The Hurricane Center said that they were probably generous with the intensity. It's moving west-northwest at 12, and you can see it's expected to become a major hurricane, and by Tuesday morning be very close to the state of Hawaii. So this could be a direct impact on Hawaii. Could be. Still bears watching. Look at this beautiful bursting cloud. We have a lot of bursting convection out there today with all of our systems, but the eye is embedded in there, and you can see that on the water vapor even better. Look at that there. See those little disoriented, but right in there is the center of the hurricane continuing towards the west-northwest. And further out, we have another system, and this is Tropical Storm Jimena, newly upgraded us at 12.3 north, 116.4 west, winds 40, gusting to 50. It's moving west-northwest at 14, 1,005 millibars. This should stay away from land, but it's forecast to become a Category 4 hurricane by Tuesday. I don't know how many major hurricanes that is for the Pacific. I've lost count. This is what happens in El Nino years. We're going to have to wait later in September and October to see if we get storms heading back towards Mexico. Kenna in 2002, Lane in 2006, and of course Odile were all bad hurricanes for the western coast of Mexico. But Jimena expected to be a monster hurricane, but well away from land, and you could see it there on the satellite imagery. A strengthening tropical storm, if ever I've seen one, so this is expected to be a deal down the road as another strong, powerful major hurricane will be roaring through the Pacific. But as of right now, if you are in the United States, keep a close watch on Tropical Storm Erica. It is gaining strength. As of right now, it is forecast to come close to Puerto Rico, north of the Dominican, squarely through the Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas. From there, we don't know. If you live anywhere from South Florida all the way up to the Carolinas, keep a close watch on Erica over the next couple of days. I'm Mike Naso. I will see you next time.